examples of how Belarusians and Russians can support one another in the fight for democracy. And we've seen that Lukashenko and Putin seem to be playing well together to crack down. How do you think you can ally and you can support one another to bring freedom and democracy?
Well, actually, maybe I can start answering the question because, you know, historically, traditionally, we are very close with Russian people. We have friends. I personally have friends who live in Russia. I have relatives who live in Russia. I think each and every Belarus person has someone in Russia. And for us, of course, it's a huge tragedy that the president of Russia, he supports our dictator Lukashenko, because I think the population, the people of Belarus already demonstrated that we don't want this person any longer. We want to get rid of Lukashenko as soon as possible, but because this person, he does very nasty things. He did a lot of crimes against the humanity. He committed a lot of crimes against Belarus people. That's why for us, this support from Russia's side, it's very, very upsetting. And every time we talk to our Russian colleagues, counterparts, we ask them just to let the government of Russia know that the ordinary people of Belarus are suffering from repressions. Look how people are kept in the prison. Look how many people we already lost. 14 people were killed. Not a single criminal case was initiated. That's why for me to see that the relationship between the Belarus people and the ordinary Russian people are deteriorating, because, you know, sometimes you look at the decisions of your government and you just apply them to the regular people. And we don't want to choose between Russians, Ukrainians, or Eastern Europe, or Western Europe. It has nothing to do with the geopolitics. It has to do with the falsified presidential elections in our country. It has to do with the choice of Belarus people, because we believe we are able and capable to make our choice by ourselves. That's why, for me, it's quite a painful point to see what's happening in Belarus in regards to the support of, in regards that we're getting support from Russian Federation. And by the way, if you look at the history of Belarus, if you look at the presidential elections back in August 2020, for Lukashenko, Russia was the biggest enemy. And, you know, he always plays these political games when he has a good relationship, for example, with the European Union countries, with the United States, he turns his back on Russians, and vice versa. When his relationship with the European Union, United States, other countries deteriorating, then he turned his back on these countries, and this should be stopped. And once again, I just want to convey the message. It has nothing to do with the geopolitics. We're going to have a good relationship both with Russia, with Ukraine, with the European Union, but we have to make a choice by ourselves first. We need international help. We need the international community to help us to get rid of Lukashenko, the #1 terrorist in our country.
I'll continue Veronica's points and try to expand on it. All democratically minded Russians were watching the events in Belarus a year ago with admiration and hope. And it's a shame that Russian president has supported the dictator Lukashenko. It seems like Russia and Belarus are getting closer and closer together, which is not a very good development. The fate of Russia and Belarus are very much interlinked. If change starts in Russia, it will inevitably lead to change of regime in Belarus. On the other hand, if Lukashenko is removed and the process, it will not, we don't know, well, it will be gradual or it will be abrupt. The process of democratization starts in Belarus. It will be such a boost for Russian democratic forces. So we need to work hand in hand with our Belarus colleagues to try to bring forward this day when this change starts. And for Belarus opposition activists, almost all activity now happens outside of Belarus borders. People who are involved in opposition and who are not afraid to speak independently had no choice other to emigrate. Russia is unfortunately gradually moving in that direction. Many politicians, many civil activists have left Russia and are continuing their work from abroad. And there are some links, personal connections between Russian activists abroad and Belarus, but of course we need to strengthen them and to coordinate our activities more actively. And I use this opportunity to reach out to Veronica. Let's connect and let's see what we can do together for each other.
Definitely. And one more thing, just to underline, our sovereignty, our independence is not the subject for trade. We will always stand by our independence and our sovereignty as a country.